Hey, I told you this earlier this morning. I had a car story to tell. Now, the person who works on my car, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to give a plug here because something happened yesterday.
Oh.
And it's an unbelievable story.
Oh.
So
as all of your stories.
I'm telling the story. I'm telling the story not because I am, and I don't want to tell who it was because this is kind of a tough thing that happened. But clearly, everything was taken care of, and
except for this,
the person that works on my vehicle, they're awesome. They do a great job. So that's as far as I can go with a plug. But here's the story.
Uh-huh.
So 2 days ago, they were working on the car, and one of the guys, I think, if I understand this correctly, you know those heaters that they're tubular, they're kind of long and somewhat, they look like a little rocket. They look like,
right.
What would you call it, Andy?
It's like a propane heater.
They have a name.
Yes,
what are they
propane
called?
heater.
Yeah.
A
propane heater?
They're like a bullet. It looks like a bullet.
Yeah.
Looks like the back of a plane, like a jet.
Yeah. Anyway, and the fire comes out. So apparently the kid that was doing the disassembly of the vehicle in order to fix my water pump, he what is it called?
That was
Whatever.
what I.
It's a heater.
It's a heater.
Anyway, they walked away. He walked away and left it. Now you know that the bumpers on vehicles, salamander. Thank you, Julie. Salamander. That's what they're called. So he had the salamander there, and it's heating up. My bumper melted off.
Get out of here.
Completely melted to a liquid.
Let me
they
see.
walked in. No, I don't have a picture of it.
Oh,
but I'm
Do you
asking him
think
to send
there's
me
evidence?
a photo. I'm trying to ask him to send me a photo. So I don't have a photo. All I know is I got myself a brand new bumper. And my bumper was all scratched up. It was terrible. You remember the whole side of it was scratched. It's not scratched anymore. It's brand new.
So one of the craziest things about this is the fact that it
Melted
shows
to the concrete.
how cheap the cars are made nowadays.
Well, all those bumpers are. I mean, I think
It's like
there's
fiberglass.
There's
probably,
metal.
or-
No, it's plastic.
Well, yeah, it's a cover, right? It's
a
plastic.
cover. There's
and it's a
metal
cover.
there, but
Right.
it's plastic, so you never have to worry about that rusting or anything like that.
Right. You don't have to worry about rusting. Plus, when you use parts like that over the metal, I mean, you save a ton on gas
Sure,
because you're
yeah.
a lot of poundage you're using.
Right. It's not as heavy. Yeah. Unlike your tank, Andrew.
I know.
Don't even get me started
This bumper melted off the car.
on that. I wish my car would go up in flames, really.
My answer to him was, "Why did you stop there?"
I know.
Oh, God.
Hello. I mean,
Did they call you first, or did you just show up and see it?
No,
and-
he called me and told me. And then I can't. I went. I'm like,
yeah.
I got a brand new.
I wish I could have
You
listened
got to
in on
see
that.
it. Brand new bumper.
So is it the same color? Did they match the
he
color
matched it
correctly?
perfectly. It's
Nice.
it was done perfectly.
Yeah, you're better off. You ought to plug this guy. You're better off. I mean,
I know. I
you got a new bumper. It matches. Didn't
Go get
cost you
serviced,
anything.
you might get a new car.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hey, I got to tell you, and that salamander they have is hot. It puts out some heat. So a little commercial for the salamander heater. Jim Rodinelli is in here. Good morning, Jim. You were at the rally yesterday. What was it? You know, I got to tell you, whether you love Donald Trump, whether you think he's horrible, there were a lot of people there on both sides just because this was a moment, right? When was the last time we had a presidential candidate come here? And now we're probably going to look at maybe at least two right now, but maybe 3 or 4.
I can't remember a presidential candidate coming here. I can remember a few years ago when Mike Arcuri ran for Congress the first time around. Bill Clinton actually but of course he wasn't a candidate. He was an ex-president.
Clinton, yeah.
Made a campaign stop at the county airport. But
And he spoke at the Stanley. If you
Yeah, but I
remember
can't
that.
remember the first time in a long time
Yeah.
that a candidate has come to the area.
Yeah, I mean, because
Well,
we
Hillary
haven't.
was here, but she wasn't officially
She was a
candidate
senator,
at the
U.S.
time.
senator. Yeah. So big deal though, and
It
especially
was.
something as crazy as all this Trump stuff that's going on. I mean,
It
you
was-
were in the middle of it, and once again, Griffiths is in the smack dab in the middle of history here.
They held it in one of the hangars, hangar 782, I believe, 785, and it was legitimately a crowd
Packed.
of about 6,000 people. It
Yeah.
was packed. I mean, the speech got going about an hour late. It was supposed to start at 4, it got started at 5, so more people even were filing into
Yeah.
the building. By the time the speech started, I mean, you couldn't. It was like elbow to elbow. We, of course, were in the media section,
Sure.
so it was a little bit easier.
And,
but it was
how,
packed.
how did you handle it when Trump was just trashing the media, trashing you guys?
We were sort of. I was
Expecting it, right?
We were expecting it. We were sort of just like sort of chuckling. I was standing next to actually Alex Gerald from the OD, and we were sort of just like looked at each other and just sort of shook our head, and we're sort of laughing. I mean, they were Palladino did it too. Turn around and tell them that you're tired of this. You're smarter than they are. Blah blah blah.
Which, by the way, many gave him a 45-minute advertorial.
Well, no,
that's
so
the
I
ones
was
he's
talking,
blasting.
Right. Right.
I was talking to. It's interesting you say that because I was talking to somebody at the gym yesterday. We were waiting. They had it up on the TV, and a few of the media outlets had the live shot of the empty stage. And he had said to me, this guy I was talking to, he said, he does this for every rally he goes to. He'll show up 45 minutes to an hour late. Whatever news station will keep his name up there. Whatever's on the podium, text
Here
Trump
we're waiting for him to show up. We're waiting.
You're waiting, and you're getting all that exposure.
Hey, it's something, right? It's really it's quite an event. It had to be quite an amazing event.
It was almost like before things started, like it was like a sporting event. I mean, people yelling and cheering and doing chants. And, of course, Palladino, I call him the warm-up act, got there and got everyone, going and yelling, we're going to build the wall, and,
Yeah.
And
that was the main theme yesterday, too, building the wall and having Mexico pay for it.
Yeah, that was the best part about I'm watching it, and it was almost like you were at a concert, because it would be like, we're going to build the wall, and who's going to pay for it? And, like, he wouldn't say it. The crowd said Mexico.
Yeah.
But
So
it
has become it's become a huge novelty. I mean, it's just
and whatever
incredible.
you think of Trump, I mean, his supporters that were there are really passionate about him.
Yeah.
I will say that they're really passionate about Trump and his cause.
Christine,
I thought it was interesting yesterday because I really thought that the Trump rally was going to adversely affect the showing at the Neil deGrasse Tyson event at Hamilton College.
which was I missed last night. I wanted to go to that, but I heard that was awesome.
It was
last night.
amazing,
Yeah.
and it was a packed house as well.
He's an amazingly brilliant guy.
And funny, too. You combine the two, entertaining and smart.
That was great. Speaking of the big Trump supporters, Jim Zecca was all over this, tweeting out photos yesterday, getting his hat signed. Jim, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Bill, you see what you missed? You should have been there, Bill.
Well, I felt like I was with all those pictures you were sending me.
Yeah, people can stop sending us pictures, I think, because we've been getting them all morning. So
We now know
It was a great event, and it's great for the Mohawk Valley that we're getting presidential candidates, not only Trump, but the others now that are showing up to the Mohawk Valley and are paying attention to us. It's great. It's a great thing for our area.
I want to say now, I will be shocked. We know Kasich is coming. I don't think Cruz will come because he's pretty much given up on the area. Yeah. But I will be shocked if before Tuesday we don't see at least Hillary and probably Bernie Sanders as well before Tuesday.
Bernie is going to be in Hamilton, actually, in the village of Hamilton,
I didn't know that.
Madison County. Yeah,
All right.
This week. So it's interesting, really interesting. Anybody but Hillary. We're fine.
Yeah. ABH is that sticker. Yeah, I've seen a few of those stickers out there. Andrew.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, too.
Hold on, Jim. Go ahead, Andrew.
It's interesting about Bernie coming closer to the area in Hamilton. He actually, I believe, has a Hamilton College connection. He was a professor there at one time.
Yeah, but Hamilton's Colgate.
Yeah, I know that, but
Bernie Sanders was a professor at Hamilton
That
College?
is what I've been told.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know about that. We could find out pretty easy enough, but yeah.
All right, Jim. I'll get. Go ahead.
Jim, your expertise is Trump. Let me worry about Bernie. Okay?
Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, we got our supply of signs, Trump signs, so if anybody needs signs, please get in touch with us.
Right.
And our group has signs from the Syracuse group. Mr. Pacenti was not there. It was funny. He showed up for the president when he came to town, but wasn't there for Mr. Trump, who's going to be our new president.
How many Republicans, local Republicans, which ones were there?
Well, of course, Carl was there. He led things off.
Wow,
he did a great job getting everybody psyched up for the event.
Yeah.
And local, of course, the mayor was there. The mayor from Rome.
Yep, Mayor
He did a great job introducing everyone. And let's see, Claudia Tenney was there in the audience, walking around and talking to folks. I didn't really see anybody else.
Andrew, did you?
I was in front. I wasn't in the back. We were right there in front row.
I know Griffo said that they met Trump in Albany yesterday, and I wasn't sure if he was planning on being there as well. But either way, listen, whether you like him or you don't, this is really, really cool for the area, right?
Yeah, we got the signs in as well, so we're going to give those out the rest of the week. And
hey, did you get any signs?
We got a rally tonight at 5:30 in North Utica.
Okay.
Well, you have signs for those, Jim.
That's right.
For
Jim,
that rally.
Thank you. And I listen, I do want to say one thing, and I've watched some of these Trump supporters throwing punches and that sort of thing. I want to say this to you, Jim. Who's the other guy that we had on? What's his name?
Tim Trent.
No, and Tim Trent. And who's the other guy?
Jack Cassidy.
Jack Cassidy.
Yeah.
I do want to say this, Jim. The Trump organization here locally has been awesome, really awesome, and you're fun to talk to. It is. There's none of this, anger and yelling and screaming, and it's been. I got to tell you, I've enjoyed this tremendously. So.
Thank you, Bill. Bill, we've got some women that really want to come on your show, too, if you could, maybe towards the end of the week or before the primary, that are big supporters. I mean, these are professional people. We have a lawyer, a woman, retired school teachers that really want to talk about this whole issue about women and Donald Trump and the misconceptions.
There is a lot to talk about as we get right on through Tuesday. So, all right, Jim, nice job. Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
I have what, Andrew?
Really quick, I just want to say, in the spring of 1990, Hamilton College sociology chairman Dennis Gilbert invited Sanders, then a former Burlington, Vermont mayor coming off a narrow defeat in his first bid for Congress in '88, to teach 2 courses at the college in Clinton. And goes on to say, in the faculty lounge, the future presidential contender spoke his mind. He'd sit at lunch and he'd challenge psychologists on the notion of human beings. What is the psychology of human beings, and what does it mean to be human?
So he spoke there.
No.
He taught 2 courses.
He taught 2 courses. All right, that's cool.
No kidding.
All right, Andrew. Once again, Andrew is right. Andrew, could you come through with Lisa's topics for me so I could do that? Why don't you yell them out, because there's no time to print, for God's sakes. Lise Wheel standing by the line right now. Lise, good morning.
Good morning. So you got my topic. So let's see. Let's test you on the topic.
Here we go with topic number 1, Andrew. It is
women-only ride service. Is it legal?
Man, you did come through. Okay, so yeah, in Massachusetts, they're coming up with this chariot for women on this idea, kind of, from Uber, saying we want to just have Uber services for women. We will only hire women. We will only have women drivers. We will only accept women passengers. Look, I love Uber. I think it's a great service. It's inexpensive, by the way, and it's fast. It gets you there. Nice people. Yeah. I've never had a bad Uber experience. Some women have, though, and I like the idea if I'm in Boston or wherever, and it's late at night, because I live such a boring life. Late at night for me is like 9:30, but whatever, and that's not about me, more about me, but then whatever. I like the idea. Is it legal? No, probably not so much.
So the legality we're talking about is that it would be only for women and would only hire women.
Well, it'd only be hiring women, so men need not apply. The thing is, to only, sex is a bona fide, qualification. So the thing is, do you need to have one thing or another, down or up wherever, your private parts to drive a car? Not so much. I mean, look, if you're trying out for the Rockettes, I'm looking down here in my office down at Radio City, where they have the Rockettes, right?
So they only hire women there, but these women have beautiful long legs.
Right, they're the Rockettes, right? I love the Rockettes. Wonderful. Yeah, for the Rockettes, it's a bona fide qualification. You got to be beautiful long legs. To drive an Uber, you can have short, stubby legs. You can have any kind of legs. You just got to be able to drive an Uber.
So does that play a role? That plays that
absolutely in the law. Unless it is a bona fide qualification to have these long, glorious legs and to be able to dance in them, you can't disqualify somebody. So
based on sex,
a man will absolutely sue and say, I didn't get that job because I can drive. Here's my driver's license, and you didn't hire me.
Except in North Carolina, where you can do whatever you want, and you can discriminate. You can, go anywhere you want with that.
Good luck.
Topic number 2.
Well, actually, we go to topic number 3, which is topic 2, because it's North Carolina's HB2. Will it change?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, look, they passed these laws saying that. Okay, let's back up. the state first said, look, we do not want to discriminate against transgender people. We want to allow them into the bathrooms. Then the governor came in and said, no, we do want to discriminate against transgender people. I'm just cutting through it. That's really what they're saying. And then private organizations and singers like Bruce Springsteen, et cetera, say, well, then we're not going to come to you, North Carolina, and we're not taking our money away from you. And even the Obama administration has said we're threatening to maybe even withhold. Now, that's not going to happen. They're not going to hold the good folks in North Carolina money away from them. But there is that threat. By the way, the Democrats in the Senate walked out in protest and didn't even vote.
Wow.
Which is interesting.
You know, how can you get away? I mean, they're saying also you're not allowed to sue for employee discrimination.
Right.
Although the governor says he's trying to push that back a little
away
bit.
From that, right.
I mean, at some point someone's going to challenge this at the Supreme Court.
Of course, yeah. It's going to be decided at the court level.
Yeah.
You know what the people what the legislators have to realize is, look, you can do that. You can pass these laws, and that's fine. But you have to realize there will be repercussions, and that people will be angry. You could pass them, and I'm not saying I'm just a little legalese. I can't say whether they're. I have my own personal feelings, but I can't tell you whether they're good. What the court's going to say. I have a feeling about it, but I can't tell you. So they'll go through the courts and they'll decide. But you can't be surprised that private businesses are going to react. You can't be shocked.
Not to mention, I mean, if they don't want these transgenders, a transgender male who's now a female, sees himself as a female, in a ladies' room, dressed all nicely, looking like a lady, wearing the dress. Good luck entering the men's room, by the way. Right? I mean, there's really no place for them because there's going to be trouble inside the men's room when that.
Yeah.
You know, this is a very complicated and sticky.
It really is, and I really is, and I do understand. But the other thing is, I've been, I've been in ladies' rooms all my life, and there really are. I mean, every ladies' room you go into or girls' room, you either shut the stall or close the curtain. By the way, I've been doing some radio this morning, and people are telling me that some of them, the worst things are guys. I mean, Huron guys that dress up as girls and as pranks. They'll bring in like cameras, and these are just like rotten kids.
Yeah,
these are not transgender. These are rotten.
They're perverts and need to be beaten.
Come on, they bring a bad name to transgender.
All right, Lise, we appreciate it. I know they're telling me you're going to be cut off any second now, so have a great week. Thanks so much. There she goes. Cutting her off.
Okay, Lise.
All right, Lise, thanks so much.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. She's going on the deep end on us a little bit there.
Wow, what happened there?
I don't know. Her legs are being drawn underneath the building. It was really something. Mohawk Honda, #1 in the Capital Region, #1 in Central and Upstate New York. Mohawk Honda. Listen, this weekend they have a huge event going on, and it shows they're different. Their style is different. It's a different experience. They take care of you when it comes to service before, during, and after the sale. But then there's the service beyond that. Like Sunday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., Mohawk Honda's 5th annual pet adoption event. This is really cool and an awesome event that they're doing. Over 20 local rescues and animal shelters on hand. It's Pet Adoption Day on April 17th, this Sunday. And it's 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at Mohawk Honda, where they go out of their way to please you each and every day.